Welcome to a world that only exists at night, where heroes are found in the strangest of places. A world populated by forgotten classics, video nasties, and the ahead of their time. Take a look with me at misunderstood geniuses and those who believe themselves to be so. This is the world of the Midnight Screening.
Welcome back, everyone, to Midnight Screening. My name is Nathan Lang. With me, as always, are my co-hosts. That's Josh K.
That is Josh K. Yeah, well, that was very emphasized.
And that's Ty Hennessy.
It is. I always questioned that.
I think I got more emphasis on the lats. Just saying, I think I'm more important.
Do you say on the lats?
Yeah, because Nathan was like lats, Josh K.
Oh,
And
lat.
Yeah,
you meant
it felt
like
very
that.
like
I thought you meant your
enthusiastic. Yeah,
lats, like
that
your
is
muscles.
Josh
I'm like,
K.
no, you don't.
No, definitely not. I'll be
No.
the first to admit that.
Well, you are Josh K.
I know, but
Is
it's just
he?
the way you were very like almost eager to announce, like, just in case anyone forgot, that is Josh K. I mean, also you said my
Sorry,
second
I'm
name too.
Sorry, I'm trying to bring a little kind of hype to the intro of the show.
No,
Get
Josh,
people
like-
excited.
Oh,
It's
I'm
almost
down
like
for it.
he's-
Like, I love us talking about me. I've got
No,
a
it's
huge
almost
ego.
like he's arguing about an actor in a film. It's like, that's Josh K. I swear to God.
Yeah, when someone's like, "Who played the guy in The Wild Rose?" I'm like, "That's Josh K."
Oh, do you know, it literally, like, it took actually a Google search and 3 pages of clicking to find Peter from Deadpool, even though I said the one without the powers that joins X-Force with the mustache. I don't know how else I could have described him.
Oh, Rob Delaney.
Yeah, he was on the Russell Howard Hour, and yeah, it was like, oh yeah, that's Peter from Deadpool 2. She went, who? I went, the one without the powers, with the mustache. Deadpool loves him. And no, she didn't get it. She went until I got a picture of him and went, oh, that one. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, my wife doesn't watch movies.
Speaking of movies, today's movie,
Yeah.
seamless. Today's movie
Beautiful.
is the phew.
2005.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think how to describe this immediately. Yeah, the 2005 superhero
Film.
comedy, Sky High.
Yeah.
This is a harder movie to explain in an elevator pitch than I was expecting there.
Really no.
Right, let me have a go. It's a 2005 PG rated 1 hour 40-minute length adventure comedy family film that was released on 21st October 2005 in the UK time movie Sky High. Thank you IMDb for all that information.
Okay,
Not
Josh,
sponsored.
somehow you gave less information than I did.
Yeah.
Well, as I told you, it's IMDb, Not sponsored.
So yeah, we're talking Sky High, a movie that came out. Right, the discussion of this film is probably going to show that there's a slight.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to say it. There's a slight age gap.
Did you just say
between
this
the
is
two of us.
a movie that came out? Because, yeah, you're right.
I was
Nathan,
gonna finish
no,
that
before
thought.
Before we finish this, is the ending of the thought make me want to throw a tin at you tomorrow?
No, I'm just gonna
Dude,
stay because
I
I
heard
think
age gap. I heard age gap.
there is an age gap, but I think
Never.
part of the reason, part of the reason I want to talk about this one is it's very nostalgic, and I think it's nostalgic for all three of us.
Yeah.
But in a slightly different version of nostalgia, because I mean I was 4, Josh, you were what, 3
Yeah.
when this came out. So like we grew up with this movie as in it was there. Like, we don't
What
remember
the-
this happening. It was
what-
just around.
What month did it come out in?
21st of October 2005. I said that. Come
October.
on.
He did. He said it up top.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that. As soon as I knew he was just essentially reading from the textbook, I just didn't listen to him. Yeah,
Yeah, that's honestly fair.
I would have been about to go into high school. No, wait, no. I would have been in high school. Would I have been?
Wow, you're so old.
Shut your ass up. No. I would have just about to go into high... No. Yeah, I would have just about to be going into high school. Because I was 11 and I turned 12 while in first year. Joel was already 12. in first year. No.
Okay, so you were 11 when this film came
So
out.
11.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So
yeah, I was 11
that's the thing,
when
like,
this film came out.
like in terms of nostalgia, you'll probably remember like Sky High coming out.
Yeah, I've actually got a story about it. Yeah.
I was wagering on that.
Were you?
I picked the right movie. Because yeah, I think a lot of this discussion will come down to like, I've got a lot more to say having rewatched it than I thought I would, but I think a lot of this does come down to the nostalgia aspect, which is going to be different
Yeah.
for me and Josh than it is for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to dive into your story?
Oh, my story. So I saw. That's really short. Yeah, I saw this in the cinemas. I should tell you. Well, yeah. Shut up, Josh. So yeah,
I didn't say anything.
you laughed. Me and my mum used to go to the cinema together. We used to have days out together. We'd just go to the cinema, go and get something to eat. And then one day, Nanny McPhee was in the cinema at the same time as Sky High. We couldn't decide which one to watch, so we decided to watch both. Now, we bought the tickets and we pretty much figured it out that we would have about a 5-minute gap between Sky High ending and the actual film Nanny McPhee starting. Now, we always accounted for like 15 minutes of trailers, which always happens. So yeah, we were still watching the ending of Sky High while the trailers for Nanny McPhee were beginning. So yeah, it was literally, we'd seen Sky High, we ran out of the screen, quickly ran to the toilet, grabbed more food, and then ran like into Nanny McPhee. Now, cinemas today don't have these seats anymore. They're well, they do have them, but they're for disabled people. So no, the seats are gone now. It's for wheelchair users, isn't it? And they're a bit further back, right?
Oh, you mean the ones that are like
Right at the front.
like back in the day that were like touching the screen?
Yes. So
Yeah.
that was my view. Those were the only two seats left because you couldn't book your actual seats. It was just you booked a seat. It wasn't an exact row. It's just you booked a seat in the cinema. Yeah, that was me and my mum's view of Nanny McPhee. It was literally like we were about 3 feet away from the screen with our necks cracked up, looking at the screen watching Nanny McPhee. So yeah,
I can't think of a more 2005 story than double billing Sky High and Nanny McPhee.
yes, mate. I double billed Sky High and Nanny McPhee. We actually decided which one we wanted to watch first, and I'm so glad we watched Sky High, normally because Nanny McPhee not as good as Sky High. So I'm happy that I have to watch Sky High like cranked up.
I also think like motion sickness reasons I won't want to look up at Sky High
Oh yeah, yeah.
compared to Nanny McPhee. I did that with when I was very little. We were late to the SpongeBob movie. And we ended up right in those same seats, and I think my mum got like genuinely ill because of like bright that movie is.
The bit with David Hasselhoff.
Not just like because everything in that movie is luminous yellow.
Oh yeah.
Like,
So yeah, that's the story of how I saw Sky High for the first time. And I think I saw it.
Yep.
Wait, when did Harry Potter come out?
the first one? 2001.
It was 2001. It was 2005. So, alright.
The Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. Oh wow. Damn.
Nerd.
No, dating
What
a
was
Harry
Who
Potter
are you
nerd.
calling a nerd there?
You.
You knew which one came out that year, obviously.
Yeah, I know my Harry Potter release years.
So I probably would have went and
Nerd.
seen Goblet of Fire in the cinemas as well then. Yeah.
The only Harry Potter I ever saw in the cinema was Order of the Phoenix.
Oh god.
Oh wow.
How old was
Not what I
I
was
for that?
expecting.
Nathan,
That's
real
hard.
quick, how old was I for that?
That's really hard.
Order of the Phoenix. So that's what 2006. You're what 5?
I was really young. And remember, I ended up crying when I got home after it because I was terrified of Voldemort because I was 5. So
Yeah.
I never got to see any of the other Harry Potters in the cinema. and I was
Oh,
only
wow.
allowed to rewatch the first 3.
I
until
only
was a bit
saw-
older.
I only saw Deathly Hallows Part 2 in the cinema.
I saw all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, the Harry Potter story, if you want me to tell it, was originally, do you believe that Yvette wasn't a Harry Potter fan right at the beginning?
I
Yvette
thought it was just
being
meeting
for-
Jenny.
For our listeners, Yvette being
Ty's
Ty's mum,
Yeah, my mum.
who is quite a big Harry Potter fan
Yeah, she wasn't.
currently.
So back when I was in primary school, oh god, 2001, I would have been 7. Yeah, shut up. I would have been 7.
Yeah, you
Wait.
because there's 7 years between us.
What month did Harry Potter come out?
September, I think.
So
Oh my, you
Yeah, I would have
nerd.
I would have been 7. Either it would have been 6 or 7, depending on the month. So I was 7. I was in primary school. Harry Potter came out. My mum didn't actually want to go and see it until now she used to be a playground supervisor at my school. Yeah, my mum was at school with me all day.
Sucker.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that. So all the kids, she used to. I think it was a reading group that she used to have. All the kids like say to her, "Oh, you need to go and see Harry Potter. It's amazing." And she was really thinking about it, and people had told me about it. I was like, "Mum, can we go and see Harry Potter?" And she was like, "Do you know what? Let's go." And we went for another one of those days. And yeah, we went and saw it. And then from then on, we never missed a Harry Potter. We even queued outside Tesco's to pick up, oh God, one of the books at midnight. Pardon me. I think it was the 6th or 7th book. It might have been the Deathly Hallows. I think it was maybe the last book. Yeah, maybe. Wait, no. Oh, no, wait, no. What book? Nathan, you'll know this. What book got released, wait, what was that, 10 or 11? So in either 2013, 14, what book got released?
I can't have been one in 2013.
Okay, what was the one in 2013?
Well, the last movie came out in 2011.
Oh. What book came out then? Was there a re-release of a book? Oh, God.
I'm just going to point out whilst you think about this, the fun of the fact that our Sky High episode so far has consisted of about 5 minutes of Harry Potter talk now.
Yeah, shut up. I'm trying to figure this out. No, because I was 10. No, I was younger than 10. Oh, God, please don't tell me I have to phone
If you
my
were
mum.
10, then it would have been 2013.
No, when did the last book come out?
I don't actually know that.
I can do a quick
Because it
Google.
essentially stems off of me and my mum sat there at midnight. We went and got the book. Now, this was after I was in the Midlothian singing group.
Deathly Hallows came out in 2007.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. I was in high school at that point. I really can't count.
As we
Yeah.
had previously
Yeah,
discussed.
there we go. Right. I was at high school. That was it. Right. So, it was Death at Hallows. Because when I was in P7, I got invited to the Midlothian singing group. Now, if anyone knows me, I'm tone deaf. I can't sing. I was part of a singing group. And there...
Which he'll prove to us now as he sings a song.
No, I will not. There,
Oh.
I met a guy called Keith Jack, who went on to go for the part of Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. He was the runner-up. He
Yes,
lost
he did.
to the guy who actually played Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. And me and my mum bumped into him in Tesco's, and I asked him if he would sign the book, and he did. So that was it. We've got a personally signed copy of the Deathly Hallows. There we go. Figured it out.
By someone that's didn't
By Keith
write
Jack.
the death, which makes no sense, but sure.
Well, he's not, but he was like, at that point he was famous. He was like he
You're
was.
like, what do we have? What do we have that you could sign? I know the Harry
I do
Potter
want to
book.
state, for Keith Jack's sake, he did lose Any Dream Will Do, but he did go on to play Joseph on the West End.
Yeah. So he was.
Just in
saw
case
mine.
any hardcore Keith Jack fans are listening.
He was.
I do know
on,
Lucky
that.
you, Mrs. Jack.
Yeah, he was on He was on. Obviously, he was on TV at that point. He came from like Midlothian, and you know, yeah, he went around like touring around schools.
He went to our school.
Yeah. So yeah, I
He
met
got his
him.
hand stuck in a sewing machine.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah,
How do you
he
know
got
that?
he got his hand stuck in a sewing machine in our HE department.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that must have sucked.
Yeah, that's great. When you know how teachers always give you the like story of like, oh, I once knew a kid that. It's even more funny. Where it's like I once knew a kid who played Joseph in the
Yeah.
Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. So
So I knew Joseph before he was famous.
Well, you knew someone who played Joseph before.
no,
Yeah.
he knew Jesus' dad.
My
You know,
mum,
Nathan, I need to point this out. You know that's a different Joseph, right?
Yes,
What's
that
the
was the
guys?
joke.
Yeah.
my mum still has the DVD, and it's of the last night of performing. This is literally the last story. Last night of performing, because we're standing singing, at the end of the day, from, oh god, we were in ratty clothing, so I'm going to have to say
From Les
Oliver or
Mis?
Annie. Maybe it was Les Mis. At the end of the day, we're a little bit older. Must be Les Mis. I don't know. We were all in ratty clothing, and there's a video, and you can see me.
Isn't that Rent?
I am falling asleep, standing and
No, that is-
singing these bloody songs. You can see my head just going down and my eyes closing. I'm like, I'm knackered. I'd performed 3 nights in a row, and I was like 10. So yeah. Yeah, no, that was hell. So yeah, on to Sky High.
Sky High.
If we're going for context as well, like let's jump back to the first time I saw this film was. Remember how everyone's dad had that one friend that would pirate all the films ever and just give them? to you?
Yep.
Yes.
It was never your dad. It was always your dad's friend. And I don't know how
Yeah.
every dad had a friend. I think my dad must have done it and given it to his friends for his. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, I think
The
all
first
our
time-
dads were friends in 2005.
No, actually, it was my mum's mate. It was my mum's mate that did it.
the first time I saw Sky High was one of those pirate things, and up until last night, the only time I had ever watched the film Sky High was with that
Oh,
pirate
wow.
DVD.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
watching it in
impressive.
high quality was something else.
I'll give you it. That's actually quite impressive.
No, I'm the same. I don't think I've seen Cars without someone standing up in the middle of it.
Didn't your Cars copy have someone coughing midway through for like a solid 2 minutes?
It did, and the audio of the film stopped because there was an announcement over a tannoy about a lost child.
That's great.
Which I've spent a lot of time in cinemas, never heard that happen before.
You've got a question. Do you think people watch pirate DVDs and then as you get used to it, then you watch the real one and go, hey, where's the cough?
I don't
But yeah.
think- well, maybe some people.
For me, Sky High was yeah, we must have bought Sky High or been given, I think I was maybe given it when I was a kid as for like a birthday present or something on DVD. So like, yeah, young enough where I don't remember having it, so it was always just there.
Yeah.
Like I remember showing my friends Sky High who hadn't seen it before and being like, "What? This is the best movie of all time." And forcing them to watch it because I loved Sky High as a kid. It's maybe I've still got that same copy. It's maybe the oldest physical DVD I own.
Amateur.
Yeah, it'll be up there. I mean, and not in like I've got King Kong on DVD. You know, it's not the oldest movie I own, but
You're talking about your oldest being DVDs though?
yeah, I got rid
Gotta
of
get
all
some
my
of that.
VHSs
Gotta
a
get some of
while
that
back.
hot VHS tapes. Come on,
Right.
coming back
Legit,
into fashion.
Quick public service announcement. 10 years too late. If you're collecting media and you're like, I don't have a VHS player anymore, I'm just going to get rid of all of them, think before you do it. Because I still don't own Toy Story 2.
Also, VHS players cost like 20 quid.
Anyway, Sky High. We've
Also-
established when we watched it.
I had Rugrats on an orange VHS tape.
If we're wanting to talk about VHS tape stories real quick, I think I win. You know Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats?
Yes.
Also Expected Joseph. So as a child, I loved that film because they had like a full on like they filmed the stage show professionally and stuff.
Oh,
right?
now I
Yeah.
understand you.
I genuinely loved that film as a child. I've refused to watch the new one because I liked the old one so much. Anyway, my parents had to buy a second VHS copy of that because I burned out the first one from watching it too much.
Where they're cats.
Yeah.
Of all tapes, the live taping of Cat.
Quick public service announcement. The boy who just admitted he burnt out a VHS copy of Cats has been ripping me a new one about my favourite movie being Power
Wait,
Rangers.
hang on. Let's also clarify something. That was when I was about 5, and I will hold my hands up saying it is probably not that great of a filming. But it's a
I
great
was
stage show.
5.
I do not think it's my favorite film. You still think Power Rangers is your favorite film, and you're in your 20s.
Nearly 30s. And I'm getting a tattoo dedicated to it.
Is
Hey, I don't judge. I just joke.
so.
Jack judges. Okay.
Yeah, we'll need to get him
right.
back on the show. The
25
plot of Sky
minutes.
High.
Sky High.
Sky High revolves around a protagonist, Will Stronghold. Yeah, Will Stronghold is
Just gonna say-
character. He's got.
Dumbest name
Was
for a
it?
superhero. Well, it's just dumbest name for a superhero.
It's clearly it's the strength version of Stretch Armstrong.
I know, but even his mum and dad's name, they're dumb names for superheroes.
Stephen
The-
Josie?
Commander and Jetstream.
Commander and
Oh, right.
Jetstream,
Dumb
who are
names.
like supposed to be iconic superheroes in a world
Yeah.
where superheroes just exist and everyone's cool with it.
It's a superhero high
he's-
school.
Yeah, he's going off to superhero high school in the sky called Sky High.
Sky High.
Great pun.
Yep.
Fantastic pun. I actually love that. But he's got no powers. And that's the plot of the movie. Is oh no, he's got no powers. This is a prejudice allegory.
No, it's all a metaphor for late bloomers going into high school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But of
and
course,
it's not
every
subtle.
late bloomer also develops super strength in flight, so you know.
That's
Naturally.
that's the one thing. Don't hold this movie up as like don't look into its coding too much because it doesn't all work.
Because if you look at it enough, they could have all been supervillains, and I could literally name the supervillains that they become. That some of them become, not all of them. Yeah.
Wait, do you mean the psychic characters?
Just all of them? You know. Yeah. The plant girl, that's Poison Ivy.
Well, yeah.
And then
it's a clear
then
primary reference, yeah.
the girl who freezes that guy that looks up that thing was up her skirt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. That's Victor Freeze's daughter. Or Emma Frost.
Wait. You're trying to say the female one with freeze powers.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Or Iceman's daughter, or whatever. Anyone with icy. Well, it's no Frozone's daughter, is it?
You hit on a good point there with sort of 2000s superhero media, like original superhero media.
Yeah.
Because this is the time, like, we live in a golden age now where, like, superhero media is half of all media.
Yeah.
Like, pop
Like-
culture is obsessed with superheroes because of the Avengers.
Yeah, like last year was the 1 year in like over a decade we haven't had a Marvel release.
Yeah. And they've overcompensating this year by taking over television.
I am not upset at this fact though. I am
But-
happy.
The sort of early to mid 2000s were a time where comic books were kind of coming back into fashion, but as kids stuff.
Yeah.
And it was perfectly acceptable to just take other people's ideas. This movie's full of it. Every superhero, every character has is just someone else from comic books. This is the year, I think, 1 year after The Incredibles, who were, wink wink, not the Fantastic Four, wink wink.
They're not.
That was the first film I ever saw in cinema.
But, like, yeah, it's a stage where superheroes are... Fun fact with Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stage where superheroes were becoming more mainstream,
Yeah.
but weren't taken seriously.
No.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, as someone that grew up reading comic books, that grew up watching things like this, that still keeps up to date with superhero media as much as possible, I kind of miss when superheroes weren't taken seriously.
I mean, the whole basis of the movie, tell me if I'm wrong, it is to like make people, like teenagers, feel better about going into like high school and being different, right?
Yeah,
Thank God.
it's every teen high school movie Disney has ever made, in terms of
But
its
they
like
have
messaging.
superpowers.
This
Yeah.
one, they're superheroes. Yeah, like, they've made this movie 1,000 times. It's just this one had big name actors in it, so it didn't go to Disney Channel.
Yeah. Also, did anyone realize like the school bullies, Lash and Speed?
Speed,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Very creative names.
they were a bit boring. For
They're not great characters.
No,
Yeah.
like round them up. I'm gonna take your hat and throw it in the ground. I'm gonna dunk your head into a.
I did expect better. This
Yeah.
was the time, like, Disney Channel movies had the most like evil school bullies in them.
The worst thing they did was nearly killing War and Peace. It was the worst thing they did.
Yeah. To be fair, they do is try and suffocate someone.
Also, just gonna say it now, best name for a hero, War and Peace. Great name.
Yeah. This movie's full of great little one-liners and puns and things like that.
Most
War
of
and Peace
them-
and of
Alright, you go.
yeah, I was gonna say War and Peace and Sky High being the kind of obvious ones.
Yeah.
Um,
And most
being
of those
fantastic.
one-liners being delivered by the one and only, the great Bruce Campbell. Just saying.
yeah, going into this, like, again, I haven't seen them since I was a kid, so I was like, I know you've got obviously Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston because they're on the box art
Yep.
when I fished the DVD out again,
Mhm.
and Bruce Campbell, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, they got some cool names. It was like a fun thing. This film
Not a
is
lot.
filled with like names like that no
Yeah.
kid would know, and they're
Yeah.
all hilarious throughout the movie.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
plays
and even
the...
then, there's a lot of them that have just become quite big as well.
Yeah. Who
Like,
plays
Yeah,
the
there's a
actor?
couple
younger
of-
stars in it.
That I did look up because it's hard to tell because he's got
'Cause
that
he's a
massive
big
head
name.
prosthetic on. What was that character's name again? Doctor
Medulla. His name is
Dr.
Medulla.
Medulla, thanks.
I don't think it's Dr. Medulla. I think his first name is Medulla.
I'll get there in a second. Kevin McDonald.
Thank you. Or if you want to be really thin-weight, it's Brainiac from Marvel Comics.
Well, yeah. But you've got Mr. Boy also played by Dave Foley. So you've got Dave Foley and Kevin McDonald from what was the sketch show they did?
What?
Kids in the Hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
While I was saying that, I clicked on his IMDb page to make sure I got it right.
Figures.
So you've got like an actual comedic duo from this time just in this movie, and seemingly improving a lot of their dialogue.
Yeah. They've got the
And yeah,
girl
you've got
that plays Ramona in Scott Pilgrim.
yeah. If you're talking future stars, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Thank you. Couldn't remember her name.
Yeah, who is Ramona Flowers, and the one I did not realize, Jim Rash.
Who?
Dean Pelton from Community.
Yeah.
Future Oscar winner for Best Screenplay, plays a weird little jester man in this movie.
What? What? Hi.
Yeah. What was his name? Stitches?
Do you have any thought about Sky High?
We just start.
What was I don't know.
Where'd you start? Where do you start?
Ending's a letdown. Could have got better at.
Wait, who's a letdown?
The ending's a letdown.
The ending's a letdown. Wow.
I mean, all my controversial opinions I was going to use to argue with Ty are about to get stolen, I think.
Apparently. What else?
What else you want?
What other thoughts do you have?
On it.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I was supposed to take a minute.
Could have got better actors.
Apparently they could have got better actors.
Ooh. Actually, we are currently talking about how great the cast is
Yeah,
movies.
we are currently talking about how great the cast is.
I didn't even point out Linda Carter yet.
I mean, Daniel
Oh,
Panabaker
wait,
as
the
well. She's
original Wonder Woman.
Well, yeah, Wonder Woman herself is in this movie.
Okay. What else?
It's just a movie that everyone gets hyped up about, and it's just a letdown.
Wow. Did you guys hear that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I hope the mic picked that up.
I'm pretty sure it did. Probably. I've got a great mic. My mic can apparently pick up the TV that's playing downstairs. I mean, if you have less bitchy comments about it, it'd be great. You know.
Oh.
This is nostalgia for Nathan and Josh.
Oh, I
Yes,
did.
but we're
didn't see
old
good
and we've
nostalgia.
seen better movies.
Wow. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Hennessy.
Yes, my wife. Told you she was real. No, we're making jokes like we talked about. We went a bit geeky for like 20 minutes. So I was like, believe it or not, Nathan has a girlfriend and I'm married with 3 kids. So, you know. And Josh said he won.
Yeah, I'm the intelligent one that decided to. I'm freelancing, you know.
He's freelancing.
Freelancing.
I'm my own man.
Okay, Barney.
Oh no, he's not Barney.
Josh, that sounds like you're selling your body.
He's nowhere near Barney.
No, just my personality.
He's no.
Yeah, I'm
that
the
where it
Barney of
went?
our friendship group for sure. For sure, I'm definitely the Barney.
Good one. That makes sense. I'm Marshall, so you know.
And Nathan's the Reggie.
I think we agreed Nathan was Ted.
No, he looks like a Ted.
He does look like a
Oh,
Ted,
my
doesn't he?
Why? What is happening?
Well, I'm Marshall.
I don't know.
You're Ted. Jack's Barney, but Jack hates being Barney. Now Josh is fine being Barney. Jack can be Scooter. No, I don't want Jack being Scooter. Use Jack at the thing with my wife.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
Sky High.
Sky High.
So yeah, we're
Talking about the great
Yeah, this
cast.
we're talking about this film is full of like, yeah, big names that like a kid wouldn't have
Appreciate.
quite noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the film is marketed on the appearance of Kurt Russell and Kelly Preston, who are both brilliantly chewing scenery this whole time.
Mm.
But yeah, again, as we pointed out, you got the great Bruce Campbell, Dave Foley, and Kevin McDonald, and yeah, Wonder Woman, Linda Carter as Principal Powers. And yeah, it's that like, it's always been weird to me that this isn't a Disney Channel movie.
Is it not?
No, this
I
was
thought it
a
was.
like this is it's a Disney movie. But it's not a Disney Channel movie.
Oh,
it's a-
right.
like you said, you saw it in cinemas. You know, it was a big theatrical release, and I
Mm.
think that's probably why. You know, you tell Kurt Russell that he's going straight to TV.
Give them the bin, please. I'd happily tell Kurt Russell he's going straight to TV.
I'd just be happy to be able to talk to Kurt Russell, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm
Mr.
sti-
Russell.
I'm still mad at Kurt Russell.
Hey, again, Kurt Russell didn't actually try and kill Chris Pratt.
Yes, he did.
That was a movie.
Just like his son tried to be Captain America.
No, again, that was a TV show.
No, have you caught up with the ending yet?
No.
God damn it, boy.
I want to appreciate for people listening, as of recording, it just ended. Because this is going to come out like maybe a solid month after we record it. I've probably caught up by then.
It being Falcon and Winter Soldier, by the way.
It being Falcon Winter Soldier, yes.
Yeah, right now we're probably, right now, as of releasing, we're probably watching Loki.
I'm just
Probably.
going to, before
I would
we
take the
start
day.
delving into this, talk about the other superheroes that we meant to be talking about, because I think we don't need another tangent about Marvel.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I think this is. I'm about to get punched by Ty if I was near him. Thankfully, I'm in a different, place
Postcode.
altogether. But I
Different
agree with
town.
what we overheard Ashley saying about the ending of this film.
If you're talking
think-
like the full-on ending, I agree. If you're talking about the third act as a whole, I fundamentally disagree.
No, I don't. I'm not talking about the third act as a whole. Definitely not. I think.
Okay.
I think they rushed the end as a whole in terms of like the last 5 to 10 minutes. I think they kind of had a lot of ideas that they just kind of brushed over within a few lines of dialogue towards the end or things like that. I think as a kid though, this film is great. I think this is a great childhood film. I have great memories, but rewatching it, I think it just It was a bit of a letdown in all honesty.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, I'm just saying this film's a bit of a letdown now that I'm an adult.
Well, like the ending.
No, the film as a whole, to be completely honest.
Really?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
the opposite. I was pleasantly surprised rewatching this.
I think-
I have issues. Don't get me
I don't
wrong.
think
Like
it's a
there's things I
bad
didn't
film.
like.
Yeah. I think my thing with it is, I think of it as a kid watching this. I think I loved this film entirely as a child. I think watching it now, it doesn't hit, like, which makes sense. It's a kid's film. I'm not, like, criticizing it as a bad movie for that. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't think it holds up into later life,
Yeah.
this film, like some kid films.
I
So it's
think
a bit of
I'm,
a letdown to rewatch
yeah.
it.
I think I'm middle of the road. I think it's like it's got, even though it's got the superhero flair to it, it's still your run of the mill make kids feel better about themselves going into a different environment. You know what I mean?
That's my big issue.
Yeah.
Like I adore the first like 30 minutes of this movie, where it's just campy superhero stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, a big chunk of this film is slow-paced high school drama,
Yeah, it's
and it's so boring.
but I'll give it its dues. You do go through the it does go through the stages that you'll probably go through in high school. You know, you will be, if you're a guy, you'll be a bit of a dick to your friends because you've bloody got a girlfriend. You know, you try and fit in with the popular crowd, all that. But you'll have a blooming arch nemesis that you just find out was just misguided, and you're all buddies now. You know what I mean?
It's just so tropey, though, you know? Like, I feel like I could point out 15 movies from, like, the same time period that did a lot of those things better.
Yeah.
Particularly, like, this is one of the big, perpetrators of the trope where there's a character and he's a bad guy, but he's not really a bad guy, but, like, when they introduce him, he's evil, and then he does one nice thing, and suddenly he's, like, great. They just change personalities overnight.
Mm.
You know, this War and Peace is one of the worst examples for that, because he tries to kill Will, but then he's nice one time in a Chinese restaurant, and
I mean,
he's the greatest guy.
Okay, I know you say that. I know you say he tries to kill Will, but does he though?
He throws fire at him.
Okay, Nathan. Right, I'm gonna have to say this. Right, how long? Right, how long would you? How much older than Will would you say he was? Couple years.
He's a senior, right? And Will's a freshman, so you're talking 3 or 4 years.
Okay, let's go 3. Right, he probably powered up at least a year before going to Sky High. He has had 4 years training how to throw a perfect fireball, right? So
But he also
guaranteed.
does say multiple times during this scene, "I'm going to kill you, Will Stronghold."
I says
Yeah,
it,
and then he throws them at his face.
yeah, with
Fireball
a
tall
tray in
enough to
front
just
of it.
completely melt through trays. Yeah, like he threw it
No, it's
before
gotta
the tray
have
was
that.
there.
Yeah, but
He at least
still.
wanted to hurt him.
Yeah, he wanted to hurt him, didn't he?
Badly.
Right, if he wanted to actually get him underneath the table, all he had to do was jump off and throw a fireball underneath it. Like, you get the fireball ready, you jump off, you throw underneath it. Just saying. He didn't want to kill
Again,
him.
though-
Narratively speaking,
it
if
was
he
a
did that, Will couldn't have had
Yeah.
his moment of lifting up
It
the
was
table.
a
Come on.
standard high school fight. Like, saying
Yeah,
I'm going
Ty,
to kill
again-
you, you're not going to. What?
Yeah, Ty, I think though we're not. You're right. Like, yeah, logically he could have just done that if he really wanted to hurt Will.
Yeah.
But I think the issue there isn't the character. War and Peace didn't want to hurt the character Will Stronghold. I think it's the screenwriter didn't want War and Peace to hurt Will Stronghold, so we'll just ignore this obvious fact because where we need Will to lift the table. This is why I'm saying it's. This film frustrates me in a way because it's such an interesting setup,
Yeah.
and they just ignore it several times to do cliche Disney Channel
Yeah, cliche.
teen movie stuff.
Cliche high school shit. Yeah.
Yeah, when
That's
they
the
don't
worst
need
bit.
to.
And
But I
also,
think, like,
Alright.
oh, go for it.
I was also going to say, like, Kurt Russell's an asshole. Like, he's the asshole
But
dad.
he's supposed to be.
He's the asshole dad that, like, I was an A1 athlete, you have to be an A1 athlete. No,
Yeah.
you just got to make your kid resent you.
That's the
Simple.
That's the redeeming factor, I think, within that kind of middle chunk of the movie, is how well Kurt Russell portrays the, like, Friday Night Lights varsity football
Yeah.
captain dad.
You
You
can,
know?
you can see him sitting in the car with Will after a bad night. You go, you want to blow your ride? You want to lose your chance at the big title? You know, like
Yeah, like,
Emilio Estevez's dad in Breakfast Club.
absolutely. Like,
He is guaranteeing
He
his
plays
son
that role-
has a sports scholarship. He
yeah,
wants that.
he plays that role so well of, like, living
Yeah.
vicariously through your child.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie benefits from having, like, an actual great actor like Kurt Russell be able to do that bit.
Mm.
To make it slightly less noticeably, like, lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it picks up. Like, I think it picks up the second that the funniest villain reveal of all time happens.
Yeah.
The movie really does pick up again
Oh man.
and become fun superhero stuff.
I kissed an old lady. Yeah. I mean, right. Okay. I'm going to say that. I'm going to have to ask guys. I probably know the answer. But did he? Because he technically kissed a girl who'd went through a re-aging process. So was she still the old
Yeah.
woman?
In the same sense that Captain America and Bucky Barnes are 110 years old in Civil War, yeah, sure.
But they've got the
That's
bodies.
That's a different.
30-year-olds.
No, that's a whole different case. She never went through a cryogenic process, which is what Cap and Bucky went through.
No, but
But but what I mean by that is the same is in the terms of, like, on a technical aspect, in terms of looking at birth years and stuff.
She is ancient.
That's how many years old she is. Sure,
Right.
it's how many years she's been alive. She's just went through puberty twice.
Right.
sucker.
Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah.
suck.
Once is enough for me.
Oof.
Yeah, puberty was rough, man. But yeah, yeah. I still like the movie, but it's you know,
Yeah. No,
If,
that's what I was gonna get to there.
yeah,
Because my issue is it opens with some really creative stuff. You know? Like right off the bat. Like the second they get to the school and you've got like the cheerleader who's only one cheerleader, but she's got like multiple man's powers.
mm-hmm.
So she's all the cheerleaders. Like that's hilarious. Like that's just a cool superhero thing. Everything on the school bus. You know, the Bruce Campbell as a PE teacher indoctrinating them into whether or not they're a hero or a psychic.
Coach Boomer.
Yeah, Coach Boom and all of the all the like creative powers and stuff in that scene. And then it just dips. But
Just
then it turns out the ray gun that the villain's trying to steal this whole time turns
The
people into
pacifier.
babies. The pacifier.
Pacifier.
Yeah.
not to be
Turns
confused
people
with the Vin
into-
Diesel movie.
They turn people into actual babies.
Yeah.
The movie gets great again from there, I think. That's when it starts to embrace, again, being a campy, dumb
I mean,
superhero pastiche, you know?
as far as evil villain plans go, pretty solid plan. Like,
it's a straight up, like, X-Men
I call it-
Saturday morning cartoon plan. It's great.
like if you imagine like the commander and Jetstream, they're like 40s. He's turning back to a baby. They've got a solid 40 years. She's got a solid 40 years to turn the whole world evil before they grow up and power up again and do all that crap.
Yeah, it's a good dumb comic book like plot line. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, enough to break your voice.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, boys.
Your nostalgia's coming back. You start talking how you were.
I'm going through puberty twice. Oh no.
Yeah. Like maybe it is. So the different points will always be from like how we first saw the movie. Like the good thing about doing this whole like the whole minute screening thing is, you know, if you're seeing a movie you've never seen, you're going at it from pretty much the same perspective as everyone else. But it's like when it comes to things like one of us or like a couple of us or like even all of us, but at different times of our life have seen, the perspective's always going to be different. Yeah, like you said at the start, Nathan, like it's the nostalgia, it's all different. Like I saw it when I was like 11 years old. Nathan, you probably first saw it when you were like, I don't know. You probably don't remember seeing it at 4 years old. Do you?
I don't remember the first time I saw this. No.
Right, and same with probably Josh as well, if I'm correct.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, yous were like considerably younger than me. So yeah, it's all just a, yeah, nostalgia.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, I think I do have that same kind of nostalgia in the sense of I can think back to watching this film as a kid and loving it completely.
Yeah.
But I think that kind of ruins it a bit more now as well. I think if I didn't have such great memories and was watching this for like the first time now at this age, I think I'd still like it as a film. Obviously not nowhere near as much, but yeah, I think what Nathan was saying is there's a lot of it it's so tailored to, you know, early 2000s young people, and my bird just flew into the window. It's catered to that kind of age group that now there's a lot that just doesn't really hold up in terms of what you want from a film.
Yeah.
Can we, on the back of that, talk about how early 2000s this film is?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I took some notes on this, okay? Straight up, immediate. What's the kid's name? Zach?
Which one?
Glowy
Oh, the
boy.
one
Zach,
that glows.
is he the one that glows, right?
Yeah, Zach.
Yep.
Yeah. All of his character.
Mhm.
That's the most skater boy pop punk.
Yep.
He's wearing a visor. When
Yeah.
he's like, you first see him, he's calling everyone boy and man. He's got like the polo shirt and the bright yellow, like
with the shorts and the skater
Yeah.
shoes and the socks pulled up. Yep. Yeah.
that is an image that has not aged well at
No.
all. You've got like the emo chick with like
Purple
the
through her hair.
purple bit through her hair. Yeah.
Yep.
Um.
You got the nerd with the glasses and the. I'm pretty sure he has a pocket protector.
Who keeps getting swirlied?
Yep. You've got the vegan with all the flowers
Yeah,
on her body and all
innocent.
the green.
Yeah, early 2000s style
And
flower
then-
power stuff.
You've got Will, who tries to dress popular, but still has like a like oh god, like a
His
corduroy.
baggy cargo shorts
Yeah.
with baseball boots and
Yep.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
has a corduroy over the shoulder bag.
It was not a good time for fashion.
It was not. Even the blooming. I'm pretty sure Lash had like a skull on his t-shirt. Did he?
Oh yeah.
Dressing like blooming Sid from Toy Story.
The old skull stuff, yeah.
And then War
On
and
top
Peace,
of that,
then
War and Peace, I
Warren
didn't
being
think of
the
that,
big
yeah.
tough guy wearing a big leather jacket.
Full emo stuff,
Oh god!
like
And
which
the
I
fingerless
know,
gloves.
yeah, like everything
Oh, God.
about War and Peace's image is so, like, it's not a phase,
2005.
mum.
Yeah, to the
Yeah.
tough guy. Oh, long hair, big boots, the black jeans, the leather jacket.
wallet chain. Yeah.
Yeah. On top of that as well, the soundtrack to this movie, which is just pop punk bands covering songs from the 80s for some reason.
Like, if I told you Kids in America played in this movie, would you believe me? If you'd never seen it before, if you just saw, like, clips of it, if I told you Kids in America or, like, Blitzkrieg Bop played, would you believe me?
Do you mean, like, is that the assumption of the kind of song I would presume was in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not quite right.
No, like, oh, God. What
As it
was
turns
actually
out.
Played?
Well, I've got it open here.
Yeah.
Again, as I said, it's all 80s pop songs being covered by pop punk bands.
Mm.
So you've got genuinely the only one I think properly works as its own song. They Might Be Giants covering Through Being Cool by Devo, which plays in their sidekick class
Yep.
montage.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. You've got the band Elephant doing Please Let Me Get What I Want by the Smiths at one point. The great Skindred doing the Beats Twist and Crawl.
I never. Where's that played?
Where is that? I think it's just in the background of a scene.
No, probably.
Because there's a lot of a lot of these I recognized the riffs, and I was like, who's doing that? And of course, because it's 2005 and a high school movie, Bowling for Soup need to do something on the soundtrack, so
Yep.
we do close out with Bowling for Soup doing Modern Englishies I Melt With You.
Yeah.
Not well.
Oh, actually. Oh, what was it? I'd learnt a bit of trivia about the. So do you know when the sky falls? Ha.
Mhm.
Not Jack Little. The people that just bought the house.
I was gonna bring this up.
Oh yeah, you know who I'm talking about then.
Yeah, are you talking about the actor in that scene?
Yes.
Yep.
Who is he again?
Wait, should we see if Josh can guess who it is?
Yeah.
The actor at the end.
So yeah, he
When
thinks his
Will
house is gonna
catches
be
the sky.
destroyed.
Yeah.
This is another very early 2000s cameo.
I'm listening for the clicking.
You're listening for the clicky thing when you
Just
cheat.
just in case you're like,
I'm trying to remember this scene. In all honesty.
Should we give him a hint? Josh, he's got a very recognizable voice.
Now remember who the hell it is. Oh God, now remember who the hell it is. Yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
Josh.
no, it was Tom Kenny.
Yeah.
Did you just Google it? Yeah.
Do you know?
Maybe.
Do you know
I
who
noticed
it
that
is?
immediately. Like the second he was on screen, I was like, "Is that Tom Kenny? Why is he in this?"
Do you know who he voices, Josh? Without clicking?
Yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah, without clicking,
know.
I said.
No, I knew that anyway.
Yeah, Josh knows who. Josh would know who Tom
Alright.
Kenny. Yeah, Tom Kenny, world famous voice actor Tom Kenny, has a cameo in this movie as a man who thinks his house is about to be destroyed.
Isn't the bus driver someone pretty big too?
Yes, we did not mention Kevin Heffernan
Mm.
earlier in that list. I know I was going to someone. Yeah, he is in Super Troopers.
That was the one. There you go.
Yeah. He's in quite a bit, to be fair.
Mm.
Yeah, he's another kind of comedy character actor that appears in a lot of movies we would talk about on this show.
Yeah.
That's a name that'll probably come up. Along with
Oh.
I mean, yeah, we've
That's it.
mentioned a few names like that today.
He's in the Dukes of Hazzard remake.
He is in the Hazard remake.
He plays Skeeter. Well, he's in one where he chews tobacco.
I
remember.
like him.
Yeah.
I like his character a lot as well in this movie.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, what's his name? Ron? Is it Ron?
Yeah,
Ron Wilson, bus driver.
Ron Wilson, bus driver.
Ron Wilson. Bus driver. It's when he kicks the minion out of the bus and goes, "There's only one person authorized to transport superheroes, and that's me, Ron Wilson, bus driver." That's a guy who's weirdly.
Is
proud
it?
of
Yeah,
his
that's the kind of openly silly stuff that this movie does so well. You know,
Wait, actually.
just the idea that every time he says his name, he's Ron Wilson, bus driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his name.
Including, yeah, it's just his name. Including when other people say it as well. Like the nurse mentioned
Yeah,
at
she
one
goes,
point,
"Ron
and she calls
Wilson,
him Ron
bus
Wilson, bus driver. Yeah, like that's just who he is. It's his whole identity.
Yeah.
That's funny, you know. And there's enough.
Do you know?
Again, my frustration with this movie doesn't come from what it does badly. It comes from the fact it does some things so well
I went
that when it's not doing them.
I went to meet his parents. I went to see who the hell they were.
Yeah, because that's sort of interesting little background detail, isn't it? That he's
It's the son of
the
two
son of
sisters.
two. He's basically, I hate to bring up Harry Potter again, but he's like Filch.
Mm. Yeah.
Similar kind of idea with having two parents with abilities and getting both recessive genes instead, which is actually kind of tragic.
Mm.
He makes the most of it though.
We haven't spoken about Save the Citizen yet.
Yeah.
That's like
Messed up.
that scene in my head, right? That was an incredibly creative, like, incredibly creative scene where they like utilized all their powers and everything. It was this really cool game, kind of Quidditch style. It's just dodgeball.
Yeah.
You know? It's superpowered dodgeball. I was so disappointed. It's funny, like it's a good scene, but yeah, I thought that was, and does have a really dark joke in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where-
Remember they used to use real citizens? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that line translated to remember when we used to murder people for sport?
Well, not necessarily murder. It was more remember when we failed to save people and they died for sport.
Ah,
You know?
of course, yes.
All in the specific.
I have, before we do the usual questions, I have a different question, right? It's probably going to be
Changing
more,
it up.
it's going to be most aimed at Ty,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I can.
because, I mean, I'm interested in your opinion as well, Josh, but
You are.
Ty's
Don't know why.
Ty's got the most experience here. I think we said in this episode already, but just in case people don't know, Ty is a father of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Is this a film you'd show your kids?
Yes.
Like now?
Yeah. Wait. I think Finn has seen this. I think I've showed Finn this.
Because I'm interested in, does this hold up as like a film kids would get and like, because we're talking about just how off its time it is.
Yeah. I think for right, so right now, like the kids wouldn't appreciate like the message. You know, the message that it conveys. But I think when they get to like a bit older, they'd understand the message. I'd be like, oh yeah, hey, let's watch this film. And they'd go, oh, this film's really old, and I'm like, yeah, so am I. But whatever, let's just watch it and just understand the message.
Because, you know, there's
And at
an
the end,
aspect of like,
Finn will probably turn and go, yeah, the message is you're a dumbass. There's the message. Yeah,
but
probably.
there's, you know, because I'm thinking there's an aspect to like, you know, Goonies holds up. Like, people still show their kids Goonies,
Yeah.
or even like Star Wars, or why can't I think of any other 80s kids movies?
I'm trying to think
Someone
of
help me.
I'm trying to think of the big
The
one.
Brave
that I
Little
showed-
Toaster?
Oh, actually, I showed Finn and the Iron Giant.
Iron Giant, yeah.
I nearly kicked her out a window. Because at the end, for people who haven't seen the Iron Giant, get a life. Really, watch it. It's a great movie. But spoilers. So you know at the end.
A lot of people haven't seen it.
I know, but you know the ending. I'll just say you know the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the ending, right when I had a tear in my eye, so did Ashley. Finnan, her response was, "Ha, silly robot." Like you're gonna get kicked out a window. Oh man, actually, speaking of showing my kids movies from my childhood, I'll actually give you this. I remember the first time we showed Finnan The Lion King, the original. Yeah, the bit with Mufasa. Yeah, I looked over at her, like Ashley tapped me, because I was engrossed in the movie. Ashley tapped me, I looked over at Finnan. She's sitting in the middle of the bed, just one single tear running down her face. I'm like, oh god, I've broke my child. We also showed it to Holden.
The Lion King will do that to you.
We showed it to Holden. He had both eyes streaming with tears. I'm like, oh man, we keep traumatizing our children. So naturally, we're going to show it to Chase and see if she's okay with it.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah. I'm all for showing. Obviously, there's certain movies from my childhood that I wouldn't show the kids because, you know, certain jokes haven't aged very, very well. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all for.
You're lucky with Sky High.
Yeah, I'm all for like showing the kids the progression of cinema. I'm all for that.
Because I was thinking, like, there's enough films I remember watching that are, like, from before our time that, in terms of being dated, you know, were visibly dated by the
Yeah.
time I watched them, but still worked, you know? But
yeah.
there's also films that I'm aware of from, like, the 80s that haven't aged well at all.
Or like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I'd still show that. Like, I still think that movie holds up. It's just
Aye,
it's very dated.
That one tunnel scene. Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, like, you wouldn't get away with that now, but it's
No.
not like Gremlins where we fully just stopped calling it a kids movie.
Mm.
But yeah, I was interested from the perspective of a father. Like, does
Yeah.
this hold up in that same way as, like,
Yeah.
again, I'd
I-
say something like Goonies does.
Yeah. Like I have Sky High on DVD. The DVDs, my DVDs will essentially be wide open to the kids, and it'll be a case of if they pick up and go, "What's this?" I'll be like, "Well, watch it and see." Obviously, depending on what they pick up. Like if they pick up Nightmare on Elm Street, and be like, "What's this?" No, you're not watching that yet.
Maybe when you're older.
Wait, when you're 15, you can watch it. Not right now.
I still remember when, my granddad used to let me just go through all his DVDs and just take them home. There were multiple times my dad had to be like, "No, put that back." Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I was like, "This looks interesting." My dad was like, "No,
What's this about?
put that away." We're going away with Little Vampire or something.
Oh, the Little Vampire. I love that movie. I love the Little Vampire.
But with that out of the way, I've got 2 more questions for you boys.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've just dropped my microphone.
That's
Okay,
the
we're back.
wrong moment for a mic drop. I got 2 questions. Boom.
Anyway,
no.
We've got 2 questions. Josh K.
No, say it right. I want the same enthusiasm.
Josh K.
Thank you.
Would you recommend Sky High?
I think I would, yeah. I think... Hang on, right, I think this is an issue. To anyone that's either still a child or above the age of, like, 17, yes. But I think if you're in that awkward stage right now, nowadays, where if you're still in, like, high school, and, like, you know, you're still 13, 14, I don't think I would at that age, at this point in time. You know, I think you'd have to... I think I'd only recommend it to people that were either the same age as us or older, or that are still really young. You know? I think there's an age of people at the moment that they just wouldn't appreciate it, and it's not worth recommending it to. That makes sense.
I get you. Ty Hennessy?
I 100%.
Would you recommend it?
I 100% agree with Josh. Like, I would miss out high school age. And then just, either before or after high school age, 100%.
Oh, I love it when we agree.
I was waiting for you then to go. But anyway, I don't...
We'd be like, I hate this movie. No.
Ashley does, apparently.
Again, I think you guys are right. I'd recommend... Yeah, if you're running out of ideas for, like, things to show your kids, you can do a lot worse than Sky High. And, honestly, I had fun rewatching it.
Yeah.
So if you are looking for, like, that dose of nostalgia... You can do a lot worse.
Yeah.
But you can
But-
also do better.
Just
You could
remember,
do better as well.
The
You're
film
not
is
wrong.
15 years old.
I don't think, like... Because even, like... That's where my issue comes up. Because I get the, like, nostalgic reasons. The film I kept holding it to, because, it gave me such Disney Channel vibes, was High School Musical. Like, the first one. And my issue is, I think nostalgically more people are going to get more out of High School Musical.
Yeah.
Not this guy.
But, in terms of, like, which one holds up more as a movie, it's Sky High.
Yeah.
So it's in a weird in-between there. Just watch them both, to be fair. They're both fun rewatches.
I mean,
Never have and never will watch High School Musical.
Yeah,
I
Josh
stand
has
by
never
that.
seen High School.
see, I hadn't either until Ashley made me sit and watch all three of them. And I'm
Another
fair.
benefit of being single.
I mean,
yeah.
I ain't complaining. They were okay. They were okay movies.
They're fine,
I'm not
yeah.
mad I saw them. Like, yeah, I'm not mad I saw them.
For me, it's a matter of principle now.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
But
get a girlfriend and you're sitting there on a Friday night and she's like, "Let's watch High School Musical," you're not fighting.
And I'll break up with her there and then.
Or
Good
or
one.
until you do an experiment with your Instagram followers and they all force you to watch High School Musical 3.
See, I'm never going to do that. We're fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever doing that again. That was a mistake. One last thing then before we wrap up, Josh. Is this a midnight screening?
I think this is a midnight screening if you're with people that have seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're there with a bunch of people that have never heard of this movie and never seen it, then you're going to want to pick something else. But I think you could definitely get away with watching this with a group of friends that have already seen it, just for that nostalgia reason. It's the nostalgia that brings it up to like midnight screening standards, I think. So yes.
Ty?
Okay, I'm going to ask Josh to stop coming up with such great answers because now it looks like I'm just copying him.
We need to stop letting
You
Josh go
are.
first.
I once again,
Genius.
I once again 100% agree with Josh. If I was with a group of mates that like all seen it and like for that little nostalgia kick, yeah, I would definitely say it was, yeah.
Totally, yeah. Yeah, this is another one where if you're looking for this kind of thing, there's better options.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean yet that like this is absolutely still.
Yeah.
This should still be on the table, you know, like.
100%.
And yeah, if you sort of. Yeah, I feel like. Weirdly enough, kind of exactly between Josh's age and Ty's age. It'll work for you. Right,
Alright.
I always get what I wrote the outro and I always forget. What do I do first now?
Before the outro, Josh, what are we watching next week, man?
Oh yeah. I've got to be honest, I couldn't think of anything for next week's thing, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to thank everyone for listening and I guess say bye. So in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Solid. I like that.
Let's just take a minute. He's a genius, everyone. He's a
Yeah.
genius.
I've said it before.
Let's give it a clap. That was a good one. I'll give it.
Quick clap for That was actually great. Because I was like, is he just going to steal my bit? Oh no, okay.
Oh, that would have been good too, though. Oh.
So yeah, tune in next week to find out what Josh was talking about there, if you haven't figured it out already. All that's left is for me to say thank you to everyone listening once again. Thank you to both of my co-hosts here, Josh and Ty, and thank you so much to our editor, IzPrebuilt on YouTube. His links will be in the description below, followed by the links for the show itself and our socials. Follow us if you want. If you're listening on Spotify, why not check out the Nathan Needs a Username YouTube channel? All of these episodes are live there, as well as all my ramblings about whatever pop culture topic I feel like rambling about whenever that happens.
And he rambles a lot.
I do. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Come and ramble with me in the comment section about, I don't know, whatever Marvel are doing, I guess.
Yeah.
That's most of it.
Avengers
And if you are
16.
if you are on YouTube, why not listen to us on the go if you want to catch up by checking out and giving a follow to the Midnight Screening Spotify page. Why
There
can't
you
I
go.
do this today?
So in
What was-
short, if you're listening on Spotify, check out YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, check out Spotify.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to
There
say.
you go.
And if you're not listening, get your life together. You should be listening.
If you're not listening, then you didn't hear that.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wait. Alright, guys, if any of your friends aren't listening, tell them to get their lives together and start listening to the podcast. Boom.
That's right. Yeah, that's the one thing I never say. And then just like, comment, subscribe, or follow, depending which platform you're on, and tell a friend. Just come to a friend and be like, "Hey, you should listen to this podcast." And they'll be like, "Why?" You'll be like, "Because Nathan told me you should be." And they'll be like, "Who's Nathan?" You'll be like, "Listen to the show and
podcast
you'll find
and
out."
you'll find out.
Yeah, he's on the show.
Yeah.